Hello everyone, today's July 1st, so I'm going to do a July forecast. Welcome to Chrysalis Invictus Tarot. My name is Elizabeth and I'm going to be reading for you today. So before we get into it, I hope you're having a great day, whenever this video finds you. And hit the subscribe button. I'd like to build this channel. I'd like to do more readings for you guys. I really enjoy doing these, so yeah. I appreciate all the support. So the general reading for the month is going to look like my daily readings. We're going to have an overall energy at the center, and then a card representing body work, advice for the body, mind work and advice for the mind, and spirit work and advice for your spirit work. So it kind of covers all the bases, and then we're going to go through the light and shadow attributes of this month using, I have the Enchanted spell Oracle for the lights and the Magick of You Oracle for the shadows. So that's what I have planned for you today. And this is an overall reading, so we don't have a pick a card. We're just going to look at the general energies for the collective. Okay, so to begin, our overall energy is the energy of the Hanged Man, taking some time out. So for some of us, we're feeling bashed about on the rocks. And you can see that it's taken its toll on our body. So the advice for our body is to seek new ways of doing things, to dig deep, and to unravel some of this. So for some people, if we're getting really specific, this may be tackling inflammation in the body. For others, this is looking like trauma in the body. And finding maybe alternative methods, so something that you haven't done before. This month has been all about not reinventing the wheel, or sorry, June had a lot of focus and emphasis on the mind, and that does continue into July. But some of what you're learning or some of what you learned in June is going to spill over into July and help you with your body work. And so the light attributes of our overall energy: luck, so you may have experienced in June a tremendous amount of bad luck. I'm using the word tremendous a lot. And you'll see that turn around in July. The overall energy of luck. For the body, I am sending you light even now. Shine on, beautiful one, you are loved. Illumination. So for those of you who are doing body work and body magic, my movement and meditation practice is linked in this description box below, so you can check that out if you're interested in getting into some more of the body and energy work. But for those of you who are already doing this work, you're going to start to see some results. You're going to start to see some truths coming to the surface. So as you explore your body, you'll come into this place of illumination. And part of that is embracing your own beauty. Embracing the function, the harmony of your body, embracing the, how did it put this? The miracle of function. You know, acknowledging what your body can do for you and starting to come into a place of harmony with that. As we look into the mind with temperance. So finding, again, there's a harmony here. Finding things that nourish the mind. Discovering paths to freedom in your mind. So there may be a lot of problem solving going on in July for you, and you have that supported here. The advice, the King of Swords. So being discerning, keeping your eyes open, staying observant. But temperance asks you to balance your intuition with your intellect. So it's the cultivation of both. Although intuition comes into the spirit, we do have intuition represented here by the moon. So this is an excellent time to learn about astrology, an excellent time to educate yourself on maybe some of those esoteric things that you've been wondering about, to find teachers, to maybe come into a new level of mastery in your intellectual pursuits. So this could be reading self-help books, seeking clarity. And I always like to think that clarity is a great intention. So if you're setting an intention, you're not quite sure what intention to set, it's a good default intention to kind of bring you into that place of understanding yourself, understanding your intentions better. So if you don't know what intention to set an intention that will give you an intention. Is what I'm saying, I guess. Here for the advice. So this advice, I did this reading already and forgot to press record. And we got this exact same card in the exact same position. So this is a big one, strength. So at some point in June, early to mid-June, you faced something that required strength, that required resilience and fortitude, that brought you up to a new level. And this is paired with the King of Swords. So it could be that you stepped up, you leveled up to the King of Swords, and that you now understand how to best utilize your mind and your resources. You trust your thoughts. So remember that, and you're carrying that through into July. And for spirits, again, we have the moon represented here, and the advice is the Three of Swords reversed. So there's been heartbreak burdening your spirit for quite some time. And July is going to be a time to process this pain and hurt. Light attributes, patience. So allowing this process to unfold, listening to your intuition, and purity. The work that you're doing here is going to feed your work in the fall. So you're setting yourself up to enter into the winter with a good amount of tools. Your life is being exposed in July. So the primary shadow is Maximus. How can you feed others when your own table is empty? Again, this is about pulling back. This is about feeding yourself. Going into the places within yourself that need more knowledge, that need more connection with inner knowing. And this is about not giving a fuck. Sorry. Not giving a care about what other people think as well. So for your body, Arenda, honor your mystical creative force. Dance. Move instinctively. Move primally. It could be that for some of you, there'll be a lot more sexy times coming up in July. But there are some wounds in your body. This also indicates a lot of wounds, a lot of trauma that need to come out in July. So that'll be the focus of your work. And whatever you choose will be correct. So keys, unlocking parts of your body, unlocking energy centers in the body, and coming into a greater space of health. Okay, perfect. So this came out in the last reading as well. Epiphany, reveal your gifts. This is for your mind. So it could be that you know more than you're letting on. It could be that you know more than you know. And July is a time to let that out. And realize that your wounds are part of your gifts. It's part of what makes you valuable to others. Perhaps you're a teacher, or perhaps it's just in your daily life. Facilitating conversations with people that you care about and being honest and open about what's really going on with you. And that could help to facilitate the conversation about why you're keeping to yourself. And the advice is honor yourself. So honor your thoughts, trust your thoughts, trust your intuition. This keeps coming up. There is a mask that was once serving you, and that will come into question in July. It just won't even work for you anymore. Oh, wow. And for spirit, opulence, it's time to lead. So whether you're a teacher or a guide or not, it's time to lead your own journey. It's time to look inward, to truly examine, and this is where the Hanged Man comes in handy, is that when you go inward, when you begin to follow your own guidance, your own truth, you may begin to notice how much you've been relying on other people to tell you who you are or what your value is. And this is about discovering that value yourself and to cultivate love. So a pure love for yourself that has nothing to do with how others have valued you outside of that heartbreak, outside of those wounds. And this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be any kind of relational wounds that you've experienced. But you have effervescence and purity. It's time to grow. It's time to embrace. Dig deep for those places where you are not honoring yourself. You know, sometimes with shadow work, we think, okay, well, I've dealt with that shadow, I've moved through it. Self-love, for instance. You know, I love myself more than I ever have, but there's always this part of you that hasn't been addressed. It's an ongoing process. So the overall message for July. So for those of you who are leaders, teachers, guides, it is about stepping into that role, but at the same time, removing yourself from the need to have others moving up with you. So you may find that you end up leaving some people behind, and that doesn't mean that you've left them behind forever. This is just July. But you can take a break and really evaluate who you are and allow new ideas to come through. Step into your power. Step into your leadership. And for some of you, this may be self-mastery, just stepping up and leading yourself more confidently. Being patient, being kind with yourself. I think that's everything I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. And I really enjoy reading for you. So leave me a comment. Let me know how it resonated or if it was helpful in any way. And we'll see you soon.